welcome to a Zelda stage idea pack for the next Smash, or the current Smash if you believe DLC is possible. In this series of Ideas Factory videos, I'll be focusing on separate franchises and throwing some ideas out there. There'll be no nice footage here, it's all about immersing yourself in the ideas, and be sure to let me know what you think. In this episode, I'll be touching on 5 ideas for Zelda themed stages. They're in no particular order, and it's all just for a bit of fun, so enjoy! Number 5. Hyrule Field. I've always felt that Hyrule Field should be a stage, because predominantly it's where most Zelda games are set. I wouldn't want anything too complicated, just a nice basic open arena. If based on Ocarina of Time, the time of day could cycle through, and perhaps enemies could appear. Peahats during the day, Star Children during the night. This is admittedly a really basic idea, but I just think it needs to be there. That said, it could be a travelling stage similar to Skyloft. You could be dropped off at various points throughout the field, such as Zora's Domain, the Bridge to Gerudo Desert, Lake Hylia. I'd be happy with either of these ideas. Number 4. Valley of Seers. Hyrule Warriors has been pretty successful, and is one of my favourite games out there for the Wii U. I think we need some representation from it. I'm sure Seer or Lana would make great assist trophies, but I'd also like to see a stage, and the Valley of Seers is a fairly prominent stage throughout the game, and it's a new location specific to the game too. I imagine the stage would be similar to Brawl's Mount Coronet, with the iconic arches floating on a platform in the air. In the middle of the stage, a time gate could open, and occasionally an enemy from the series could reach out and attack. This could range from the Imprisoned to Arkorok, or maybe even Wizard and Volga. Number 3. Minish Woods. There's not enough love for the handheld Zelda games, and I mean that in every sense. Some of them are real gems. I like the idea of Minish Woods being a stage, as all the characters would appear as if they were Minish. There could be a tree stump which you could hide inside of, along with a few mushrooms which could be used as platforms. As a hazard, enemies could appear in the background, or, better still, when it rains the droplets are huge with decent knockback. Something I feel that should have been incorporated into the Pikmin stages. Number 2. Twilight Realm. I'm sure I'm not the only one that was a little miffed by Brawl's Elden Bridge. Don't get me wrong, it's a great stage, one of my favourites in fact, but as a stage representing Twilight Princess, I felt it to be a little underwhelming. The Twilight Realm makes so much sense, or a location engulfed in Twilight. It doesn't necessarily need to be gimmicky, it just needs to look awesome. However, if it were to have hazards, this is what I'd propose. The battle would take place in front of Zant's throne, where Zant would be sitting. Every now and then he'd interfere with the battle with one of his many crazy attacks. Or he could even change the arena, just like the actual battle with him in Twilight Princess. Now that's a cool idea. Number 1. Clocktower. Majora's Mask needs more love. I'm not just talking about Smash, I mean in general. Yeah, sure, we're finally getting Majora's Mask 3D, but the game is overlooked by so many. Clocktower would be a perfect stage. It could take place just in front of the clock tower, and the moon could draw ever closer. Perhaps every 30 seconds could be considered a day, and the stage would vary slightly. At the end of the 3rd day, or 1 minute 30 seconds, the moon would actually crash down, causing a massive explosion, literally wiping everyone out. Or if that's too brutal, an ocarina would appear just before the moon lands. A player would have to grab it and play it. It could create a small circle in which other players can jump in. Otherwise, they're toast. I think it would be quite a gimmicky stage, not necessarily used for tournaments or in the classic mode, but the sheer terror knowing death is only a mere minute away would put pressure on you to land the final hit before the moon strikes. Obviously after the moon strikes, a time travel sequence would begin and the stage would restart. Well, there you have it, 5 ideas for Zelda stages. What do you think? And what are your personal ideas? I have loads more in the works. You've been watching Keen TV. Be sure to tune in again.